All right, today we're going over 2 cards, and one of them I'm curious of what your strategy is with the cards. I like both these cards, one more so than the other, but the one card, I'm curious what your personal strategy is. How do you play it? How do you approach it? We'll explain that in a second. But do me a favor, before we get into all that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. All that stuff really helps. We're getting close to 6,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate everyone that's already hit that button and watches these videos and have to listen to this part. I appreciate you. Thank you for already hitting that button. Thank you for listening to this little spiel. It means a lot. So let's go check out these cards. All right, I baited you a little bit. We're not going to check out the cards just yet. If you don't know, I have my own subreddit page. Make sure to go check it out. I have my own Discord. Go check that out. You can ask rules questions. You can just hang out and talk. We talk board games, video games, or whatever else. Same with the subreddit. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. It's all good. The links to both those are down below. So let's talk about She-Hulk, right? Let's talk about She-Hulk. She's an interesting one in my opinion. So it's a 4-2-1-4 stat line, which is okay. She-Hulk gets +1 attack for each damage token on her. Okay. Thwarting, she can thwart for 2, but she gets 2 consequential damage. So the question is, what is your She-Hulk strategy? Right? Especially early on aggression, like we had a hard time thwarting, so it's really nice to be able to thwart 2 with an aggression card. My argument, especially for solo, is anytime you can thwart 2, you can usually keep the board game in check, right? It usually helps you out a lot. Plus, it puts 2 damage on her. Why is this important? Because then the next time you swing with her, she's hitting for 3. So you'll be able to thwart for 2, hit for 3. And then your following time, if you didn't use her as a chump blocker, you can hit for 4, which is really good. I mean, you lose her then, so it'd be nice if you can kind of play a card to like give her extra life or whatever. Like an honorary Avenger card or something like that. Whatever it might be. One of those honorary cards. If you can give her one of those and like bump up her life a little bit or whatever else, like makes her really worth it. But that's kind of where my question is. Is your strategy to thwart first to get that damage to pump up that attack? Or do you just attack because the larger amount, like it'll be more damage overall, right? And then do you do the final... Like, do you use it as a chump block at the end, or do you save her up for that massive hit at the end? Because, again, if you give her a little extra life, like I said, 1, so she has 4 damage on her. She's swinging for 5 at the end. Like, that's pretty legit, right? I don't run She-Hulk a lot of times anymore. There's a lot of ways to thwart now, and expensive cards are expensive, right? And I try to run cheaper allies nowadays. And that's just kind of how I'm playing, right? There's definitely decks that make a lot of sense for her and all that fun stuff. It's just one of those weird things where like I've been playing cheaper allies. It's just kind of how I've been playing recently. And I'm sure that will change again in the future. So let me know your thoughts with that and your strategy with that. This card I love. I actually love this card. I don't know if people actually like this card as much as I do. I love this card. So a 3-cost event with dropkick. It's a hero attack. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. That's not great. 3 for 4 is not good at all. But if you pay for this card using only strength resources, stun that enemy and draw 1 card. Obviously, if you lean into that, this is a massive card, an absolute massive card. Now, there's enough resource generators out there nowadays that you can really make good use of this card, I think. So I personally like this card a lot, especially if I have resource generators or whatever else I could do, or a lot of doubles to like help pay for this. I think it's a great card. And being able to stun an enemy is huge in your aggression deck, right? Because you don't want to flip down that much because thwarting is kind of hard. So to get the villain to have less turns or less activations against you, it's always a good thing. Now, again, if you're playing a stalwart or steady enemy, like it's not as good, right? So I get that. But I like this card. I use it a lot. Does other people use it a lot? Like I use this card, like I think a fair amount in my aggression decks. Like I want to say like a quarter to half is really using, unless I'm building like a minion slaying deck or whatever. But generally speaking, like I'm playing something like this. And that's what I'm really curious about. What are your thoughts of this card? And do you run this card? And if you do, how much do you run this card? Because I'm genuinely curious. And then what is your She-Hulk strategy, right? Do you thwart or do you just attack all the way through? And do you use her as a chump blocker at the end? All right, I want to thank everyone once again for all the support. I really appreciate it. Like I said, go check out that subreddit page. Go check out the Discord, all that fun stuff. And then if you haven't yet, make sure you go check out Twitch. Wow, I can't talk today. It's twitch.tv/D20 Woodworking. Hit the follow button because we're almost at 1,000 followers, which is amazing. Let's go. Make sure to hit the follow button. I really appreciate it. And come over for the live streams. Friday nights, we're playing 2-player games. Sunday nights, Marvel Champions Night. And then Tuesday's kind of a different game. Like I said, we've been playing Hostage Negotiator, Final Girl. I want to get some other small stuff in the rotation. I know people have been asking about 20 Strong. I would like to get that back to the table. So I would like to play that and maybe some other games. You can give me suggestions. I don't know. We can do whatever. So anyway, really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Thank you to my subscribers. It means a lot. And I will see you all next time.